All right.
All right.
Alex, hold
on. Before we continue here, I just want to say one thing. Not only am I proud, but I want to congratulate Kyle for now joining the One Bottle Gang. I don't know if you guys have noticed, he is in less than 35 minutes.
One Bottle Gang.
An entire bottle, and it's moved on to beer. Kyle,
get it.
So hold on, Kyle.
Yes.
I'm telling you right now, Justin's gonna get dangerous with that mixing board.
Justin's doing God's work.
Wait, I need more of that mixing board.
Kyle's about to do the Stone Cold with the PBR.
Anyway, all right. So I just got one for you guys. Carlos Baca from Villarreal. He's been sitting out for the most part since Villarreal acquired Paco Alcácer, but
Paco Alcácer, I fucking love that guy.
Yeah, but he was the top scorer back in 2010, and there are rumors that he could be the replacement for Joseph Martinez in Atlanta.
That would be insane.
That's an interesting pick.
Are you telling me good players are? Oh, you mean Atlanta United is signing good players? Atlanta United signed good players.
The rumor, but yeah, I mean, he'd be the replacement for Joseph Martinez since he tore his ACL.
Alex, I do have a question for you. Since I know earlier in the group chat we have, I forget who it was, but someone posted some kind of rumor about what's his name, Ter Stegen, the goalkeeper for Barcelona.
Hi, my name's Matt.
Rumored to want to sign with Bayern or something. Did you hear anything about that or no?
I've heard.
As a Bayern fan, I haven't even heard
seen
it
Bayern.
yet.
Though. I've not seen the name Bayern come up.
I feel like as far as Barca's end of that conversation, it'd kind of be like, oh yeah, you can have Ter Stegen when I'm fucking dead.
Here's the thing though.
When his leg is broken.
Why, as a Bayern fan, we don't need him. We have Neuer, who's playing very well. We have this year's backup, who played last year and is doing awesome too. And then we just signed Alexander Nubel from Schalke, who's coming onto the team next year, who's 22 years old and one of the best.
Is that the dude that drop kicked that guy?
What's up?
Is that the guy that drop kicked that dude?
No,
different guy.
Sure about that.
You know what I'm talking about? That blatant red card we were talking about.
Yeah, no, different guy.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we just signed Schalke's Alexander Nubel, who's 22 years old and like a pretty nice future guy for Bayern. So I don't see why we would go for Ter Stegen, who's a year or 2 years younger than Neuer and doing this thing in Barca. Like, if we're looking at a like-for-like replacement, I could see Ter Stegen for Neuer. But we already have Neuer's replacement signed starting in the summer. So
my one and only thing I'm going to interject before we move on to the Premier League. I wouldn't believe it. I really wouldn't believe that Bayern is interested in Ter Stegen at all.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
But
I just think
BN's
it's funny. Didn't we actually talk about this a couple weeks ago?
My only thing I want to interject is BN Sports, who never leaks anything until the deal is either almost done or they have enough physical proof. It's one of those major things that they don't open their mouth until the deal is 80% done. BN Sports is the one who leaked this, who was the one who released it on their social medias. That's the only thing that makes me think shit, is Bayern Munich really about to go from Germany's number one goalkeeper to Germany's future number one goalkeeper? I mean, don't get me wrong.
We just signed his future number one goalkeeper.
No, I'm talking about on the national team wise. You really can't tell me that Ter Stegen's not in this upcoming Euros whenever they actually happen. Ter Stegen's going to be the starting goalkeeper in 2021. He's going to be. If he's not the starting goalkeeper in 2021, that is a spit. That's just spitting in his face. Because right now,
Listen, you have to realize Jurgen Löw doesn't give a fuck about spitting in your face. He told Thomas Muller and Boateng to go fuck themselves a year ago. And Thomas Muller's getting 12 assists and 10 goals this season. He told him to go fuck himself.
Hold on, guys.
Jurgen Löw doesn't care.
Can make sense of this.
Here we go.
All right, it's conspiracy time, kids. Put on your tinfoil hats.
Yes, hold on. Where's my tinfoil hat?
Yes.
Tinfoil hat.
You see, Barca's going to sign Ter Stegen because Manuel Neuer is going to get signed by none other than the New York Red Bulls.
Stop.
Click.
Kyle,
hold on. Hold on. Click.
Penis can only get so erect.
Click. Matt Sai has left the group chat. Don't you fucking lie to me. All right, I'm going to do a quick briefing over the
Renew
Premier
season
League.
tickets, possible.
Yeah, that will be the.
Hold on.
Hashtag opt-in
So,
2022.
I was about to say,
Opt-in.
Justin's sitting there with a huge question mark on his face. Opt in 2021? Question mark.
I've never had season tickets, but I fucking will.
So I'm gonna jump into two major things that are happening. We already discussed Pogba and my feelings, at least on that, where I would love to see him go because I would love the money that he would bring in. Manchester United currently at the moment are linked heavily to either James Maddison or Jack Grealish, both who would fill in that position quite well. Bruno Fernandes has made it very clear, at least for the Man United board, that you don't need Paul Pogba to succeed in the midfield, but at the same time, he can't do it on his own. As much as I would love James Maddison on this team, I feel like the price tag on that, from what I'm hearing, is going to be almost $70 to $80 million. Jack Grealish, Aston Villa apparently are only asking for about 50. So to turn it around, you're saving about yourself 20 to $30 million. And I think Jack Grealish would be, I think, a much better fit. And Kyle will also protest to this. Jack Grealish has the best hair in the Premier League. He needs an entire tube of pomade to keep that stuff back every game. But I'm telling you right now, best hair in the Prem. The other heavy link that I'm seeing currently at this moment in time is from Serie A. Donnarumma, the goalkeeper from AC Milan, is heavily linked at this current moment in time to Chelsea Football Club, as Kepa is currently right now struggling heavily and has already fallen out of love with Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard is not looking to keep him around for too long. I think that would be a great move. I think a fresh goalkeeper, someone who Frank Lampard wants. Frank Lampard's clearly a guy who knows what he wants and is definitely in the ear of the owner. And you know what? I don't see it costing more than about 45, maybe 50 million pounds. Which you think to yourself,
for Gianluigi Donnarumma?
Donnarumma, yeah. Currently, right now, AC Milan, from what it's been leaked, that's only about $45 million, which is about $30 million less than what they paid for Kepa. Don't get me wrong. If they turn around and sell Kepa, they're not going to get half of what they paid for him.
I'm surprised that Donnarumma's that cheap. Even a couple of years ago, when he was like 18 years old, there were rumors of like way higher.
Serie A this year.
The only issue is with AC Milan is he's heavily, like, from what the rumors are, he will not re-sign his contract. He has no desire to want to re-sign. Therefore, AC Milan are going to do anything and everything in their power to want to get as much as they can for him. And if Chelsea this summer come in and offer that $45 million, I can't see them turning that down. The only issue you have there with Chelsea is PSG have also been heavily linked with Donnarumma, and PSG is also another one of those teams that is extremely not afraid to throw obnoxious amounts of money in directions, and Chelsea may get outbid for that. My final thing is with Manchester City. Manchester City right now, as you know, currently still have not been granted, have not been told that, everything is going to be all cleared up. They're still under the perception that for the next 2 years, they will not have any Champions League football, and all the players that came into their team looking for Champions League football may not want to stick around. There's already 2 to 3 players who have already made it very, very clear that if what was happening will happen. Bernardo Silva has already made it very clear that he was happier at Benfica. He feels like he's lost his love for soccer. And for you to come out and publicly say that about your current club, that's kind of you just screaming out loud, I don't want to be here. Barcelona right now are looking at either Bruno Fernandes or Bernardo Silva, one of the two Portuguese. I believe if Barcelona came to Man United would ask for over $200 million with the way that they treat Bruno Fernandes. I think Bernardo Silva is at this point right now, you could probably get him for less than probably $50 million. Someone else, to take a look at. One final thing is Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling has made it very clear that I'd like to stick at City, but if someone else came in and bought me, I wouldn't be upset about it. So, I mean, you look at it, this could be the downfall of City. You could be looking at someone right now who is like, I want out. That's it. No Champions League football. Because you have to understand, with Champions League football, you get those bonuses. You don't get any bonuses when you're in Champions League football. And for some of these players, that's $80,000 to $90,000 a week.
Question before we move on to the next segment. Question. If they don't make Champions League, do they drop to Europa, or are they out of Europa also?
Oh, no. They are banned from all European competitions for 2 years.
Really?
Wow. I mean, all right. That's that.
Word on the street is because we don't have any fucking soccer right now. We're going to do a Dream Team FIFA simulated matchup. Each person's going to pick their dream team from their league, and then we're going to run them in sim in FIFA 20. Yeah. Matt's on the clock. Go.
So through the Prem, I'm going to start from the bottom top. So what we're going to do is we're going to do from the goalie all the way up to your striker. I'm going to start with someone who's been consistent with me no matter who his front line is, whether it is Ashley Young or Harry Maguire. David De Gea is going to be my starting goalkeeper. From the back line, left to right, we're going to do Trent Alexander-Arnold as my left back, the best left back in the world. Virgil van Dijk, the best center back in the world. Slabhead Harry Maguire. You realize that's his nickname? They actually call him...
I love it. Love it. Keep going.
From now, my right back, I'm going Andrew Robinson from Liverpool. The best back line in all of world football. I'm going to have 3 of the 4 guys there. From the midfield, and who is actually going to be my captain, my holding midfielder, Jordan Henderson, someone who would physically kill if Jurgen Klopp asked him to. Bruno Fernandes, the perfect box-to-box midfielder, as well as Kevin De Bruyne is my center attacking mid, the best center attacking midfielder in the world. To top it off, my right wing is going to be Mo Salah running down the wing. My left wing is going to be Sadio Mane. If you can tell, Liverpool is all over my starting lineup. And then this one might cause controversy. My starting striker, not Anthony Martial, not Sergio Aguero, and not even Harry Kane. We are going with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to finish out my lineup. That is my starting 11.
Jesus Christ, you were really dreaming there for a second.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you right now, I might need new pants.
Oh, God. Kyle, Alex, which one wants to go first?
All right, I'll go. So, starting 11 for me. Where's my little document? Here it is. So, goalkeeper, we got Jan Oblak from Atletico Madrid.
Oblak.
And then we
The
got...
most consistent goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah. Danielle Carvajal as my right back. We got Rafael Varane as center back. Yuri, another defender. We got Marcelo from Real Madrid as my left back. Casemiro from Real Madrid as the central defending midfielder. Then we got Frankie de Jong as another midfielder. Toni Kroos. And for the front, you already know we have Messi, obviously. No explanation needed there. Luis Suarez, another note. And last but not least, Karim Benzema.
Nice. Very nice.
2 strikers. You know what? Dre and I are someone who's massive fans of the 2-striker system.
You're gonna lose every game in this sim.
Properly played.
I do enjoy shitting on myself, Kyle.
You're gonna lose every game in the sim. Luis Suarez is gonna cost you so many fucking offsides for his team.
That's not true.
He's gonna be biting.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna have
Your
to play my
teeth
team.
are offsides.
So.
Your teeth are offsides. Luis Suarez.
Your teeth are offsides.
All right.
Kyle. So hold on, Kyle. So is this just a team of Salzizos or a team of Cristiano Ronaldos?
A team of Salzizos. That's my choice.
Hey, who's number 1?
Salzizo.
Number 2?
And number 2?
Salzizo.
And what about number 3?
Wait, who's in net?
Salzizo.
Salzizo.
No. So my Serie A top 11 for the year. I'm going to go from front to back because my tough decision was in goal. So in the front, I'm running 2 strikers. We have Cristiano Ronaldo, 21 goals, 3 assists. Ciro Immobile, 27 goals, 7 assists, 1 and 2 in the league. You can't say anything else.
Can't go wrong.
Miralem Pjanic, he's pretty much, in my opinion, the brains for Juve. He runs their offense.
Unsung hero.
Yeah, Luis Alberto, 4 goals, 12 assists. He's the assist leader. What else can you say? Fabian Ruiz, he's 23. He's been a star all year. Josip Ilicic, 21 appearances, 5 assists, 15 goals. Juan Cuadrado, he's been playing at wingback this year. He's usually just a straight winger. He's just so versatile. Francesco Acerbi, he's fought his way back to being one of the best defenders in the league. He's 32 and he beat cancer, and he's still on top. Theo Hernandez, 21 appearances, 6 goals. He holds the record for most in a debut season for AC Milan. And my last defensive back, Matt knows well. I'm sure he's going to yell at me for this later. Chris Smalling.
Yes.
He has turned Roma's back line into a near wall by himself, basically. And at goalie was my hard choice. I could not decide between Gianluigi Donnarumma and Wojciech Szczęsny for Juventus. Szczęsny had 8 clean sheets. Donnarumma had 10. 19 versus 24 matches played. Their percentages were nearly identical. But I went Szczęsny because he's been so key in replacing Gianluigi Buffon.
It's such a smart choice because like I see Juventus highlights all the time because they're all over Twitter. I think Szczęsny, especially with his time with Arsenal, is just extremely underappreciated, and I think that I think at least between him and Donnarumma, I think that's the correct choice.
I believe so.
Hey,
You
Dre.
could go with Inter's goalie, but Inter's been so all over the place that his stats don't really reflect how good he is.
Hey, Dre. So are we
Yeah.
just copying pasting Bayern Munich starting 11 directly to your team,
No,
or
it's RB Leipzig's top.
Ironically, not necessarily, but obviously it's going to be Bayern heavy.
Tyler
with
Adams is in
Alex.
there, right?
With Alex, you had.
Like,
Played like 3 games this season. Okay, as much as I
3
love
of the
to-
best games you've ever seen.
Arguable. As much as Alex's, top 11 are probably heavy on Barca and Real.
It's
mine are
literally mostly Real Madrid, yeah.
heavy on Bayern. So here is what I came up with. It's a 4-4-3. Let's start. Let's start from the top and go down because like the hardest choices for me were honestly the back 4. So up front, Jadon Sancho on the left. Can't argue that. Lewandowski as striker. Gnabry on the right. You could switch those Sancho and Gnabry. Gnabry's played on both sides, so whatever side Sancho prefers, give him that side, put Gnabry on the other one. So you got Sancho, Louis, Gnabry. That's your top strikers right there. Midfield. Right now, in the current form that he is in, I cannot keep Thomas Muller out of it. So we have Thomas Muller. We have Marco Reus from Dortmund. And then one of my own personal favorites, although maybe not necessarily the best in terms of statistics in the Bundesliga or whatever, but my personal favorite, Thiago. So we have Thiago in there. And then the back 4 is also very heavily based on like current form. And that is honestly at left back going to be Alphonso Davies, who didn't have a starting spot this season until we had a couple ACL tears and injuries to our center back situation. So Alphonso Davies. Then from RB Leipzig, I should have mentioned in an earlier segment, one of the most sought after players in Europe, and that is Dayot Upamecano from RB Leipzig. So he's in the center back. The other center back spot, I was like kind of between a bunch of players. I didn't want to put David Alaba in there because he's a natural left back, but he's been filling in. I didn't want to put Hummels in there because he's not having the greatest season of his life, but he's still pretty good. I would have put Nico, not Nico. I would have
Nicolas
put
Sule?
Nicolas Sule in there if he was still healthy. But
How do I
he's
know?
got
I was gonna say,
injured.
how do I know? How do I know your
I
team
was
more than
thinking
you?
Nico Hisha. I got that hockey thing going on.
What's
Nicolas
hockey?
Sule.
This is a
Right.
soccer
Hockey.
podcast. I
So
don't know what hockey is.
I ended up settling, not really settling. These are great players. I ended up choosing Nico Schultz, as the other center back, and then at right back I am putting Joshua Kimmich, and then believe it or not, I had to decide between Neuer and someone else for goaltender. It was between Neuer and Gulashi.
So I'm
our
gonna give the most sarcastic ha I'm ever gonna hear, because we all know you did not. You chose Manuel Neuer
I
because
chose Manuel Neuer, but I
oh my god, big
it
shock.
wasn't like a blanket like every year, like, oh yeah, of course Manuel Neuer. Like this year I'm like do I give it to Gulashi? Because Gulashi is really like I even have the bench here because I
So yeah, we're not gonna say the bench.
that.
We're not gonna say the bench on like out loud, but we'll put the bench in like when I put the teams together on our FIFA
Yeah,
simulator.
obviously shout out to Erling Haaland. He deserves to be there, but Lewandowski's Lewandowski.
Yeah, Erling Haaland all the way, but yeah, you're not going over Lewandowski. So
That's my starting 11 there in a 4-4-3.
So we have a bunch of questions, but we are running a little bit over time. So just a crunch time. We're only going to do one listener question today. This one goes out to our friend Jeff Henry. Thank you so much once again, Jeff, for listening. And this is going to be a good question. And Justin, I want to make sure you answer this too.
Right.
Who is your current favorite young player? So we're talking youngs. We're talking teenagers in professional soccer today to watch. Anyone can go first.
I'll go first.
Somebody's clicking on keyboard, so
I'm
they're
just gonna
Googling.
Someone's doing research right now.
I'm just gonna put 3 names out there. Y'all can do the research on them, but 3 names.
I said one.
Just pick one.
Pick one. Like right now.
3.
Jadon Sancho.
Jadon Sancho's not a teenager. He turned 20 today.
He's
Yeah,
a
that's
young
right.
guy.
I'm calling you. That's right. I'm calling you out right now.
All right, if you don't want Jadon Sancho, I got a list, bro. Bundesliga's
can't-
got lots of nice talent. If you don't want Jadon Sancho, Kai Havertz.
I'm surprised you didn't say Alphonso Davies. Like,
I'm telling you, I got a list. Like a mile long.
okay, so so right now the listeners, what are you telling them to, like, one player to research and follow because his career is just starting? Dre, I'm talking to you. One player.
That was those. I don't know. One player. I mean, is Jadon Sancho not count or?
You can call Jadon Sancho, but I feel like Jadon Sancho is someone who people already know. I'm talking about someone people
knows, but like they know him for a reason because he's popped off. If not Jadon Sancho, then I guess I got to give it to Erling Haaland. He's 19 and he's blowing up the Bundesliga.
Yeah, because
so.
no one knows Erling Haaland. Okay, Kyle.
Say no one knows Alphonso Davies. No one knows Kai Havertz. All these guys on people's radars because they're talented players.
Kyle, one young player for people. Who is your favorite young player to follow?
I'm gonna give 2, one abroad, one for our local team.
We have a local team?
No. Number 1 would be Erling Haaland. Obviously, when a guy plays for the Norway U21s and gets 3 hat tricks in one game, you gotta watch out for him.
It's the golden boot because of it.
And number 2, I'm gonna say Jurgensen for RBNY. If he actually gets any play time, I think he can transition into being the guy for MLS.
I want to laugh really hard, but like in case it backfires on me, I don't want to laugh on recording. So Justin, one young player. You could say Tyler Adams.
You can't say Tyler Adams for the Rangers.
I was actually gonna be like Capo Caco.
Capo Caco.
It's fucking
Jack
hockey.
Hughes?
So no, honestly,
Jack
still
Hughes.
Tyler.
First of all, Jack Hughes is not even the best Hughes brother. Okay.
Whoa, you're right.
Now.
Whoa.
Those are
Go
fighting
ahead.
words.
Go ahead. Right now, we'll go out in the streets.
Social distancing, but those are fighting words, and I'll come see you and I'll punch you.
I'm gonna social distance my fist into your face.
Oh my god.
So Justin's saying Tyler Adams, the Red Bull Academy prodigy at Red Bull Leipzig now, who, as long as he stays healthy, Tyler Adams is going to be the man, and we're all going to love him endlessly.
If he can stay healthy, this is the
I'm
thing.
going in
That's
on
the
that
problem.
one. I'm going in on that one. I think it's unfortunate that he's getting this reputation that he can't stay healthy, because anybody who remembers him from New York, he's an absolute workahorse.
Yeah.
And
Monster.
With the few games, when you think everyone gives him a lot of credit, he's playing very well.
yeah,
That's exactly it. Now, Alex, we're talking La Liga.
Talking La Liga. So this one's a little bit of a tongue twister, but bear with me. Takefusa Kubo is a 18-year-old Japanese player right now on loan to RCD Mallorca from Real Madrid. Mallorca. There you go. That's your one Spanish word for the day, Matt.
Mallorca.
I'm telling you right now, I'm doing well enough where I can just see you guys later. That's.
I'll see you later then, man. Oh yeah.
All right.
Nice.
I'm gonna be biased as hell. Because Man United only know how to play youth players.
Oh man.
This guy has already been praised by Robin van Persie. Now, if you know Robin van Persie is one of the greatest strikers to ever haunt the English Premier League. This guy has already said that this guy Robin van Persie's already said, this guy is me. He's left-footed. He knows where to be, and he knows how to put the ball in the net. That's what this guy knows what to do. It's 18-year-old. I'm talking he was weeks ago 17 years old. 18 years old, Mason Greenwood. In this current year right now, he's got about 20 or so starts where he has about 15 goals or 13 or 15 goals and about 8 or 9 assists. This is a guy who already is integrating himself into Manchester United's lineup. He's playing cup games. He's playing in Europa. He's a key factor off the bench in Premier League games. For this guy only being 18 years old and having two young players like Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford both being ahead of him, I feel like these three are going to start an amazing partnership together. And I think what makes this guy even more deadly, and I know it's not the biggest factor in the world, but he's left foot prominent, but not just left foot prominent. He kicks with his left foot, but takes penalties on his right foot. And I know that's not the biggest end all be all, but when you're ambidextrous like that, especially in soccer, that makes you lethal. Because defenders usually know how to play you and which way to defend you. But if you could put the ball in the net with either foot, if you're a defender, you have no idea how to defend that. And I think at the age of 18, the fact that he's masterminding this is causing problems for the Premier League. And I think Ole Gunnar needs to protect this kid at all costs.
to be honest, I'm shocked that Alex didn't mention Vinicius Jr.
He mentioned.
I did it in a
yeah.
previous podcast. That's why I want someone different.
I was about to say I have no idea.
And Ansu Fati, that kid.
Oh
kid's
yeah,
going places.
absolutely.
But those are kids who already have prominent names in La Liga. He gave me a guy I'm gonna have to look up because I have no idea what this guy's done before.
Yeah, honestly, it's just really cool seeing someone from Japan make it
Yeah.
in a team like Real Madrid, even though he is being loaned out right now. But just making it a team like Real Madrid, that's incredible. So yeah, I definitely check him out.
All right, Justin.
Hey, you know what? I'm kind of mad right now.
Oh, are you
Why?
mad?
I'm a little mad.
I'm pretty
right
mad too. You want to talk about it? In this week's special report of pissing you off this week. Thanks for joining us.
Now. Yeah. You know what's making me mad this week?
Hey Justin,
Start
stop
off.
crying.
You know what's making me mad? Working from home. I know there's a lot of people right now that can't work or got laid off, but I can honestly say working from home,
Yeah.
it sucks. It sucks. I miss my occasional walk to the bathroom to talk to the 40-year-old guy, who works in the cubicle next to me. I think I just miss the social interaction of work, to be honest with you. But yeah.
Kyle is not enough for you?
Well, Kyle wakes up at the end of my workday. So
I can only
Well,
touch his wiener while he works so much.
yeah, no,
It's
the other day he woke up. No, he woke up pretty early the other day, and he's coming down. He's talking to me about all this cool shit I want to talk about. And I look at him, I'm like, Kyle, I have to fucking work. I'm sorry. Shut up. And then I proceeded to continue to talk about said bullshittery for another hour.
Gotcha.
Dre.
Me. What's pissing me off? The price of liquor, because you gotta keep buying it for this fucking quarantine to keep sane.
Come on, get on the whiskey level, then start complaining about the liquor prices.
I'm sorry, did I not just have a double fucking old fashioned?
This is your first podcast that you brought whiskey to, my friend.
Me and Alex aren't gonna get sick. We have we just bathe in Jameson. We fill the bath up with Jameson.
No,
That's the secret, guys. That's it.
Yeah, I actually went.
My girlfriend sent me out to buy a couple bottles of wine, and then I bought some whiskey and some vodka and a case of beer. And I come back and I'm like, this is expensive.
They announced this cool quarantine thing, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, go get supplies, go get supplies." I come home with like $190 worth of booze, mostly Jameson.
Yeah. So the price,
probably mostly gone. Yeah.
Price liquor, and then honestly, like it's.
I'm sorry to say that Jameson didn't last.
Yeah, it's finally starting to get to me, but not watching soccer every weekend is like slowly, like I've watched movies, I watched TV shows, but it's slowly starting to like chip away at me not being able to watch soccer. So that's that.
Kyle?
So mine this week is the fact that there's a little bit of a backstory to this. So I had started a band. I'm finally mad this week.
Hey,
Congratulations.
He's been really happy lately. It sucks.
So a few years ago, me and my friend Colin had started a band, and we kept going, and I couldn't handle it. Things weren't going well for me at the time, so I left. Things had since gone better for him. This week on Behind the Music. I was in a band called Fiacre. We had since stopped doing things because our singer left. Now I'm back in this other band, and I was supposed to start learning the set, and since this coronavirus thing, we can't get together, we can't practice, there's nothing going on, and I was excited to
Are you telling me that there are more than 5 people in your band and you can't be in the same room together?
No, we're not a ska band. There's less than 17 people in our band.
Dude, but dude, you don't understand. The electric triangle player is key to a ska band.
There's only 3 of us, so
we need more cowbell.
We do need more cowbell.
I don't
Justin,
actually have the cowbell on my kit.
I want a cowbell on the board by next week.
Do it, Justin. You got it. Do it.
All right. Thanks, Dog.
Justin, do you want to go or do you want me to go first?
I'll go last.
Okay. You know what's pissing me off this week? I cleaned my room this last weekend, and I have
really nice.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Except for all that Man United shit all over the walls.
Oh, is that what that shit is? Oh,
I can't.
I just thought it was poop for like 30 minutes.
He's just stockpiling toilet paper on his wall.
It all makes sense now.
I'll see you all next week.
You know what pisses me off?
No, so I'm cleaning out my room, and I have in my closet I have just a ton of crap I just don't even look at anymore. But you know what I was looking at? Season ticket holder boxes. Now, Alex and Kyle know exactly what I'm talking about. Back in the day, the Red Bull used to reward their season ticket holders with really awesome boxes that came with a bunch of cool crap that you actually were really excited. That's what I'm saying. It came with all the cool stuff. It came with a winter scarf, a jacket, a lanyard, your actual physical tickets. And it made me really depressed that now the Red Bull don't give a crap. They gave you a really shitty $20 gift, and then turn around they give you a $10.
They gave you an amazing tumbler that none of us
I love my cup. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna lie, that cup is awesome.
I'm never going to use that. I'm never going to use the hat they gave me. And then it just made me really upset that the team used to actually do really cool stuff, and now they don't anymore. So, yep, that's what I'm mad at. I'm pissed off on the fact that the Red Bull don't do cool things for their season tickets anymore.
He pulls out the hat. I love it.
dude, screw the hat. I'm never going to wear the hat a day in my life. Justin,
is that a snapback?
Yeah,
show me the back of that hat.
It's a snapback. We'll put it in the.
Hat. It's
not. Okay.
It's not.
Alex.
Gift.
Alex, you want a switch? I'll take your tumbler. I'll take my tumbler.
I love my tumbler.
He loves that thing.
Nice hat.
Exactly. Justin, finish it off.
Dre, go.
Finish me off, Justin.
Dre went.
Yeah. We talked about missing sports. I'm actually in a pretty good spot right now.
Oh my God, more happy people.
You
Justin-
pull the Kyle. You pull the
Alright.
Kyle.
I'm over
gonna
these happy people.
I'm
Just
gonna
wait
be
till I
pissed-
go back
hold
to
on.
work, everybody. I'll have
Hold on,
guests
I'm gonna-
every week.
I have a second thing to be pissed off about. It's Justin created his own podcast and didn't tell nobody.
What? Oh, I didn't know about
The
this.
second episode I actually recorded right before this. It's
yeah,
only
but
7
it's
minutes
probably about
long,
the
though.
Rangers, so who cares?
No,
Is it
it's
about
not.
hockey?
It's
Oh.
about his life, and it's wonderful.
Yeah,
What's-
it's only
are
going to get better
Are
because
you
I
gonna,
think
are
I'm
you
going
gonna
to.
plug it? Are you about to plug it? Because
I'm not going to plug it. There's no
Plug it.
name to plug it.
Plug it in. Plug it in.
Plug it in.
Look, you can plug it. We let Trey talk about Welcome to the Bundesliga
Yeah,
for like
exactly.
40 years.
Well, next week.
I'll plug it.
Don't
I'll
worry,
plug
we'll
it
plug
next week
guys.
when I have stickers and a logo and everything else. in return.
All right,
Yeah.
Justin, let's wrap this up because Dre's too busy yelling at us, telling us we've gone way over time.
Yeah, this one's going to be broken up into two. Part
Yeah,
one
this
and
is gonna
part two
have
when
to
we
be broken
upload.
up. So please, yeah, that's
2 45-minute episodes.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, episode 7 in the books. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, share. When we ask you questions on Instagram, please respond, ask us stuff. We'd love to have more topics to talk about when we're not talking about soccer or beer, because there's really not too much soccer to talk about.
Ask
So we
us
actually-
stuff,
so
make
we-
fun
we-
of Matt, whatever.
We
Yeah.
do have a couple questions lined up for the next episode, so
They
I'm
will be
already
answered on
excited. Yeah, I was gonna
episode
say, I am already pumped for next week. God, we're gonna have to start doing 2 episodes a week. I mean, if we could start doing this like online, we got this.
I'm
Matthew.
just really glad that you guys.
Bye.
And
Yeah,
on that
Bye.
note,
You keep
Goodbye,
talking like that. I'll
guys.
have a new thing for what's pissed me off this week. All right.
all right, guys. Later.
Take it easy, kids. Stay safe.
hey, don't do crack cocaine. Good job.
All
everyone.
right, we're out. We're out. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Post and Pints. If you want to join in on the conversation or follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, that's at Post and Pints Podcast. And remember, the banter is free, but the beer is not included. Drink responsibly.